Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And today we're going to be looking at a new line. Here we have the Jakks, the Simpsons 5-inch line. I did find these at my local Target. I was only able to find the 3, not the 4th figure. So I did find Groundskeeper Willie, Bart, and Homer. Unfortunately, again, I did not find the 4th figure. I did find the playset. I will not be reviewing it, but I just wanted to show it off. It does look pretty dope. I mainly wanted it for the background. For the living room set. I did find as well as the 3-inch figures that go along with this living room set, but again, I only want to collect the 5-inch figures, and they look dope, man. They look really nice. I'm excited to open these up and see what they're all about. Getting a look at the packaging, you get a very nice window here in the center, shows the product and some of the accessories. You get a very nice image of Homer right there, and Bart, the name of the show, The Simpsons, right there. You get Marge's hair up there, the name of the character, Homer, Bart, Groundskeeper Willie. On the side, you get a very nice image of Homer. On this side, you get a very nice image of Bart. And on this side, you get a very nice image of Groundskeeper Willie. On the back, you get the figures right there and their accessories. The Wave, which is Homer, Bart, Otto, and Groundskeeper Willie. Again, I did not find Otto. I only found the 3. You get a very nice image of the cat. I can't remember the name of the cat's name. If anybody knows the cat's name, let me know. On the side, you get Lisa and the continuation of Homer. On top, you get Marge and you get Maggie. So enough about this packaging. Let's crack these open, and we'll start off with my least favorite, which is Groundskeeper Willie. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that he does come with. He does come with a shovel and his bagpipes. And here we have Willie himself. And this figure is pretty dope, man. For the price point, I believe, which was $13, $12, you're getting a pretty good amount for what you're paying for, man. They are 5-inch figures. They're very limited in articulation, but it does have a pretty decent amount of articulation. If you guys played with the movie Mario figures, which I don't have, I gave them to my son. They're somewhere in his room. They remind me very much of that. Not as detailed and articulated as those figures, but within the same realm. Yeah, just getting a quick look at him, man. Everything is molded in the plastic that it's in. It's not painted, like the red hair, the beard, the eyebrow. It's all molded in that red plastic and the yellow. The only thing that is painted is the eyes, which we'll get to in a minute, because there's one of the figures that has jacked up eyes. The mouth is painted black, and then the tongue is painted in a pink color, and then the teeth are molded in that white plastic. Moving down to his overalls, very, very shiny. I wish they would have hit it with a dog coat right there to kind of matte that down. You do get the sleeves right there rolled up, and then this sculpted hair. That's not just painted, that's actually sculpted, which I really do like. On the back, you get the sculpted pockets. You get the cuffs on the pants for his boots, solid black boots, and then you get all the legal stuff back there, which I'd rather have it in the back than, you know, in the inner thigh or something where you might be able to see it. So yeah, man, nothing too crazy about this figure. It's pretty simple. I like it quite a bit though. But yeah, let's get a quick look at articulation. His head is just on a separate, or no, I'm sorry, it's just on a neck piece that connects to the body, so no head articulation. Really, all that articulation is coming from the neck. So you get side to side right there. If I can get it to focus, there we go. Side to side. You get no up, you get no down. So you're just going to get, you know, to the sides right there. And then he does have a hinge at the arm that hinges this much up. So you can see there. He does have a bicep swivel, a ball joint at the elbow. They can have him bend about 90. And then it doesn't really swivel. I thought that ball joint would kind of swivels, but not much. So I thought that would really swivel a lot more, but that cuff kind of gets in the way. He does have a hinge at the wrist, which I was really caught off guard by. I thought it was just going to be a swivel, but it does have a hinge, so it hinges up and down and rotates a full 360. You get a rotation at the waist, so a waist cut right there. Get it to focus right there. You do get ball joints at the hips, so you can kick forward just about that much. Get it focus. Hold on, let me get my manual focus on. There we go. So he can kick about that much, and not much back. Kick to the side, just about that far. So not much at all. You do get a ball joint hinge at the knee, so you get no rotation. It's just a hinge, not a ball joint. If there was a ball joint in there, you would have been able to swivel, which would have been a lot better. But you do get a hinge right there at the knee, so you get about 90 degrees, and then you get rotation at the ankle, and then you get a little bit forward and a little bit back and a little bit to the side. So no real ankle pivot. It just kind of wiggles around on that ball joint. So yeah, Groundskeeper Willie, pretty solid overall, man. Now getting a quick look at Homer and all the accessories that he does come with. He does come with one single donut right there, and it is bitten. It was kind of hard to put it in his hand. It was really stiff, so I would recommend heating up that hand before you put that donut in there. And then you do get a box of donuts right there, and you can put that donut that he's holding in his hand in there. There's a little slot for it, and it does open and close, so that is nice. And here we have Homer, and he's a pretty dope figure, man. He does have a little bit more going on than Groundskeeper Willie. As you can see, he's classic Homer, man. I don't know what else to say. You got the brown beard, kind of 5 o'clock shadow. You got his little nose that sticks out, his little ears. I love the little swiggle on the back for his hair. And then you actually do get little hoops, little arches right there for his balding head. And then he got his little beer gut, his little polo, his yellow arms, his blue jeans, his black shoes, and all the copyrighted stuff is on the back. So yeah, man, I mean, I don't know what else to say about these figures. I mean, they're pretty simple, but they do the job fairly well. Now looking at articulation, I do feel like they did miss out on a couple things here. He does just have a swivel at the neck. You can actually see the cut right there, right between his polo. I really think they could have hit a hinge right there so he can look up and down. That would have been really dope, but unfortunately it's just a swivel right there. He does have hinges at his hands, or his arms, I'm sorry, his shoulders, so he can hit about a T-pose right there. Nothing too bad. And then rotate a full 360. He does have a ball joint at the elbow, so he can hit about 90, but it doesn't swivel, so it just kind of bends right there, actually less than 90. So I wish that ball joint could swivel a little bit more. It kind of shifts, but not much. It does have hinges at his hands that hinge up and down and rotate a full 360. Ball joint at the waist, so he can pivot a little bit to the sides. So kind of like that. He can swivel and then just kind of shift a little bit, not much. A little bit forward and a little bit back. So nothing too crazy. His legs are on ball joints, so he can kick this much forward. He can kick a lot further back. He does have a hinge at the knee, and it hinges about 90. No swivel there. Would have been nice to have a swivel. And then his foot, same thing like Groundskeeper Willie. It has a hinge or a ball joint that goes a little bit forward, a little bit back, and a little bit to the sides. Now getting a quick look at Bart and all the accessories that he does come with. He just comes with a simple skateboard. It does roll on the wheels right there. It's not very smooth, but it does roll. It has one single peg right there, and then green and red, purple wheels, baby blue. I should know the name of this. Skateboard, and then the brown at the bottom. I'm just having a brain fart right now. And then the trucks. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of that. But looking at Bart himself, this would have been my favorite figure if I didn't have a QC issue. On camera, it doesn't look that bad, but he has a very lazy eye. This one's looking straight forward, and this one's looking straight up. It just wasn't applied perfect. I'm going to have to go back to Target and see if I can find a replacement for this one. Yeah, man, that eye is just really throwing me off. Again, it's not coming off on camera that bad, but in person, it's pretty bad. I didn't know why I didn't notice it in store. I just kind of grabbed them and threw them in my basket, got a little excited. But this figure would have been dope. It is dope. It's just that QC issue is killing it for me. For being such a small figure, man, this thing is badass. It reminds me like of a small SH Figure Arts figure. They could have put a ball joint at that neck. He would have been able to look up, but unfortunately he doesn't. We'll get to articulation here in a second. But the top of his head is sculpted very nice. You get all those nice prickly spikes up there. And then you get his little smile down here. You know, translating some of these characters into action figure form might be a little bit difficult because, you know, 2D to 3D is sometimes hard to translate. But I think they did a pretty good job. It doesn't look exactly like Bart, but it's pretty accurate. Moving down to his body, you get his little belly, his arms, his legs, his little shoes. Get the little circles inside of the shoes right there. So yeah, man, nothing too crazy. Not gonna look at that articulation. His head does just swivel right there. Again, ball joint would have been nice. Could have been able to look up and down. He does have ball joints at the arms, ball joint hinges, so he can hit a T-pose fairly easy. He does have a bicep swivel in that sleeve, and then a ball joint at the elbow, and it swivels at the elbow as well. So really nice range of motion right there. Actually, it does not swivel I don't know why I keep thinking they swivel at the elbow. It swivels at that bicep, but he does have a ball joint at the elbow, and he can hit about 90, and then both his hands hinge up and down and rotate a full 360. He does have a waist cut. Again, he has a little bit of tilt forward, a little tilt back, and then a little bit to the side. Ball joints at the hip. He can kick forward. He can kick back. Single jointed knee. They can bend in actually a really good amount, so that ball joint at the knee actually gets a really nice amount. Swivel at the upper knee right there, and then swivel at the foot right there, and then it doesn't really go forward or back, and then it has a little bit of tilt to the sides. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons. Here we have all three figures next to the Marvel Legends Astonishing Wolverine and the 2-pack Luke Cage. Here they are next to the Mafex Classic Iron Man and the Marvel Legends Retro Card 20th Anniversary Captain America. Here they are next to the Disney Spotlight series, The Sloth and Mike Wazowski. Here they are next to the NECA TMNT, Leonardo and Michelangelo. And here we have them next to the Jakks World of Nintendo 5-inch line, Mario and Luigi. And there you have it, some pretty solid figures by Jak. I think they've been stepping up their game these last couple of years, especially with those Mario figures, and now with this, I think they're absolutely killing it, man. Now, they're nothing too crazy. They're not going to be super articulated. They're not going to have a shit ton of accessories. It's just pretty simple Simpsons figures that we can put into our collection, man. I'm just happy to have Simpsons figures in my collection. Simpsons is a big part of my childhood. I remember every Sunday, me, my mom, my sisters, my step-pops, we would go get a whole bunch of snacks and go watch the new episode of The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, and King of the Hill. So I'm just happy to see, again, Simpsons figures get a updated version of just figures in general, because the last time we've got figures of the Simpsons was quite a while back. I can't remember the name of the company that made those figures, but they weren't that great. They're outdated. Now, I would love to see some King of the Hill figures. I would love to see Bob's Burgers figures. Man, I would buy every single one of those figures if they did Bob's Burgers. But these are very solid. Now, from least favorite to most favorite, it goes Groundskeeper Willie, Homer, and then Bart. Even with that lazy eye, it's still my favorite figure, man. It's just so fun. It's very small, and he's just really fun to play with, man. Definitely a pocket figure that I'm gonna be carrying around in my pocket once I find a replacement for that one. This one's gonna become a pocket figure. So yeah, solid figures overall, man. Highly recommend picking them up. Again, I found mine at Target. I don't know if they're Target exclusives, but that's the only place I've seen people find them. Again, they're like $12.99, so I think you're getting a pretty decent amount for $12.99. And then the background, the house set is $19.99, and it comes with a mini Homer. We get a close look at him real quick. So this is the 2.5 scale, which I did find the whole pack, which comes with the whole family and the pets. But then I only wanted to collect the 5-inch. So this Homer doesn't really have much articulation. His head swivels. His arms hinge up and rotate a full 360, and then he just sits. So, yeah, nothing too crazy, but there you have it, man. Yeah, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.